How's it going, everyone? I'm gonna check out some of these strange TikToks. I haven't seen them, so be checking it out with you.
So, I was poking around on the internet, places where I don't belong. And I stumbled across this in Kunlun, China. This is a massive spine of some type of creature. I'm not really sure, but it looks mighty impressive. And you could obviously see that it is complete. Well, somewhat complete. And it just blends in with the local structure there. But it makes you wonder. I mean, this whole mountain was probably this animal or creature or giant human being. Just really odd. Look at this.
Yeah, I say a lot of these mountains are giants. I think the dinosaurs. You know how in the Book of Enoch, the angels mated with humans and made Nephilim. They say let's say they mated with animals too, and I'd say that's what dinosaurs are. Is a cross. This next one, why can't I play that?
Bible prophecies being fulfilled. In the book of Isaiah chapter 41 verse 18, the Bible talks about signs of the second coming of Jesus, with one being, I will make rivers flow on barren heights and springs within the valleys. I will turn the desert into pools of water and the parched ground into springs. Well, you see, as impossible as it may sound, this river just exploded out of nowhere in the Middle Eastern desert, fulfilling the 2,500-year-old prophecy right in front of our eyes. And even though many people don't believe in the Bible, maybe we should all start taking the book seriously, because...
Okay, that just cut off. Sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, if the little season already happened, maybe there's just a lot of similarities between like the end right before judgment and before the millennial kingdom. I don't know.
Theory behind why restaurants give you bread before your meal?
Like, there's actually a theory?
So when you go into some restaurants, they will either give you a free basket of chips or a basket of bread, right?
Yes.
But what if I told you it's not the restaurants being nice? There's actually a dark reason why they give you this bread. So recently, scientists released a study where they found out how bread is digested inside your body. It only takes 15 minutes for the sugar from the bread to digest her. And we all know that bread is like sugar for the body. When the sugar is in your body, it gives you a boost of energy. Then, once the sugar starts to leave your system, we start to feel tired. And we also want to eat more food, especially sugary food, to replace that low. So the theory is that the restaurants give you bread to boost your energy, because it actually makes you hungrier later on in the meal and makes you order more food or dessert.
Oh, okay.
There have also been studies that found out that restaurants that give out bread sell 90% more desserts after their meal.
Yeah, the things they do to our food. I mean, there's all kinds of chemicals. I would say that's part of the reason why cancer is so bad nowadays. That and the 5G towers, probably. But Elon Musk, I don't trust him. He's one of them. I know that sounds whatever, but I think Joe Rogan is too. So, all right, here's the next one.
There's a lot of places out there that look kind of strange, and it almost looks as if they've become melted. Now, many scholars say that they built these little houses into the cliffs, and much of this was just natural erosion. But I don't think that story makes a whole lot of sense. Why would people build these places? Why would they build right into the cliff sides? And sometimes we only see half of a door, half of a window. And then we have to ask, well, what happened? Many speculate that it was some kind of solar event, although some refer back to ancient Indian texts about their Vimana crafts that had laser weaponry and energy weapons, which could have easily melted stone. So what makes more sense here? Are we looking at simply erosion or something far greater at play?
See, I mean, I might have already played that one in a previous video, and if I did, I apologize. But, I mean, that, you know, I don't know. That's the kind of stuff that makes me think the little season has happened, you know, or not the little season, but the Millennial Kingdom. Um, I don't know. It's a big mystery, but it just seems like there's more and more things every day that you see to make you think that. Here's the next one.
Christ. Wait, you actually believe that? Yeah, I actually believe it now. Why? Because I didn't know what was going on with Chandler. Did you know what was going on with Chandler?
Did he leave?
Yeah, he left.
MrBeast might not have a soul.
I mean, is that not weird that everyone changed? Well, Chandler, he was going on TikTok and I saw one of his lives and he said, when I was going through a lot of depression, when I was going through this whole YouTube stuff with all the money, he was smoking in his room. And he said that when he was walking around, he heard God said, "What are you doing?" He got baptized. He beat the drug addiction. Like everything was good now, and that's when he left.
Yeah.
But that's look at the context and the timeline. When he left is when it got better.
Went crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the big theory how like MrBeast,
Yeah.
the mark of the beast.
The mark of the beast.
MrBeast might not have a soul. Anytime you see MrBeast smile or laugh, his eyebrows don't move. And that's a clear tell when somebody's being truthful or not, and when someone has true emotion.
Yeah, I think there's something up with MrBeast too. I don't know what it is, but stuff definitely is going downhill. Here we go. Man, that's massive. Does that look like a cross back there? I don't know. Definitely underground tunnel, I'd say, right? All kinds of stuff about that.
That's crazy. So when I put my hand in here,
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel! ¡Hey!
Man, those people are punks, ain't they? These guys, the one with trying to get in the hotel room. I don't trust hotel rooms. There's, I've seen videos with hidden cameras and all kinds of stuff. What's this one?
The scariest urban legend I've ever heard, and it ended up being true. Back in the 1970s, there was this terrifying fun house in Long Beach, California called The Laugh in the Dark. And there was always this urban legend that all the mannequins inside were fake, except for one. Also, mind you, this is what this week's episode is about, so if you don't want spoilers, just listen to the episode. This urban legend came to be because there was one mannequin inside that just looked wrong. All of the other ones looked fake, but this one in particular looked way too human. And a bunch of the kids also said the area that the mannequin was in just smelled really, really bad. So a few years go by, and one day a film crew comes in and is using Laugh in the Dark for a film set. The director's lining up a shot, and he just doesn't like the way this one mannequin looks in frame. So he goes over to a crew member and he's like, "Hey, can you just move this out of the shot?" So the crew member goes over and starts moving the mannequin when its arm pops off. And inside of the mannequin's arm is human bone. The kids had been totally right. The mannequin was a mummified body. There's so much more to this story, like who the person was and how they got there, and I talk about the whole thing this week on the episode.
I think mannequins are creepy anyway.
So that's the moon. The moon is the biggest I have literally ever seen it in my life. I am so confused. Oh my God. And it's disappearing. That's not the sun. It's 5:49 a.m. Oh my God, it's disappearing. Oh my God. What the fuck? Dude, no. Dude, no. There's no way it goes down that, it's going down that fast. I'm going on a slight incline, but there's no way that just disappeared so fast. I'm tripping. I am literally tripping right now. Was that the moon or was that something else? I am fucking tripping.
Sorry about the language. I didn't know. Yeah, the moon though. I mean, I've seen some pretty bright, really, moons that look, or the moon that looks, really bright and low to the ground. Also, just where I live, and it's pretty crazy. I mean, what is it? China was trying to put up a fake moon or something like that. I don't know. I don't know how they would do it, but I think they have. If it's just like a projection, I don't know, but all right.
They tore a mound down. My friend, we didn't just tear one sacred mound down in Ohio. We tore down, plowed over, or built over thousands of mounds and earthworks in Ohio. Many people don't realize that Ohio was, and still is, home to the largest concentration of prehistoric landscape architecture anywhere in the world. And many of those sacred earthworks were located in places where Europeans chose to build our cities, so they were removed or built on top of. This is certainly true in the case of cities like Marietta, where some of those earthworks were even used to make the bricks that were later used to build homes and even churches. Circleville was built around and on top of a mound complex. Even Columbus was built on and around a mound complex. That's how Mound Street got its name. In fact, in the early 1800s, there was a massive mound at the intersection of High Street and Mound Street. It was 40 feet tall and approximately 300 feet wide. But in the 1830s, it was decided that the population had grown to the point that mound needed to be removed, and the clay from that mound was used to make bricks that was used to build the first Ohio State House, which later burnt to the ground. So yes, it would make sense that the spirits of this great land might be a bit peeved.
Man, these old buildings always burning down, huh? I might have mentioned this before in a previous video, but I remember there's a Freemason book. And I wish I could remember which one it is, but they talk about how they were run out of their land and had to go to Africa to make the second Egypt. So I don't know. I mean, I think this whole topic's interesting, but sometimes I just wish I knew. Like 100%, without a doubt. Anyways, that's the last video I got. I'll release more later on. I appreciate you watching. Thank you, and God bless.